Welcome, Yogi, to this evening yin yoga session. And the session is designed to help you release stress and tension from your day. There's going to be minimal cues in the poses once we get into them so that you have plenty of time for stillness. You don't need any particular props for this session, but if you do have a couple of blankets or blocks, or any other yoga props or even pillows around, have them close by just in case. We'll be spending 3 minutes in most of our poses unless I let you know otherwise. And just a reminder that in yin, we're not looking to go to our fullest expression of sensation. We're looking for something more about halfway, a very gentle sensation, and then letting the time do all of the magic. So we're going to start in our first rebound pose, which is a rebound from your day. So if you'd like to come down to your mat, lying down on your back, and make constructive rest pose. So constructive rest is as you bring your knees into a bend, lying on your back, your feet on the floor, and you'll wiggle your feet out just a little bit wider than your hips and turn your toes slightly in towards one another so that the knees can fall easily together. And we'll spend 1 minute here as a rebound from your day. Your hands can rest onto your belly. This is a lovely pose to just relax your back, your shoulders, and simply to arrive on your mat. And in this rebound, you may feel just like the echo of the day in your body, sensations of emotions, snippets of stories that want to come into your mind. You don't need to give anything a narrative. Nothing is good nor bad. Just feel whatever bubbles up and let it pass. So let's move into our first held posture. Bring your feet closer together and roll to your side. Nice and easy. Press your way up into all fours. Just take your time. We're going to tuck the toes and lift up to a dangle pose. It's hips up, standing on your feet, and bending your knees really generously. This is a lovely release for your low back. You can place your hands on the blocks, you can place them on the floor, or you could even put your hands into the opposite elbow if you like that variation. We're going to be here for 2 minutes, so find somewhere that feels just a gentle release, not too much. If you can, completely relax your shoulders and neck. And just follow your breath in and out. Carefully release this pose. Lower yourself back down to your knees. Either sit back onto your feet for a moment or settle into child's pose. Take a couple of breaths. Shoulders relax, face relax. And if you've had a busy day, allow yourself to ease into this slower paced evening practice. If there's any resistance you have to it, just feel how that feels in your body, letting it pass. Our next movement is into dragon pose in the low lunge variation of dragon pose. So if you need a blanket underneath your knees, you could pop a blanket or even a pillow, a little bit of softness. And sometimes the blocks are nice in this too. I'll give you variation with and without. Step your right foot forwards. And bring it today between the hands. So sometimes we do this with the foot outside. Today we're going between. So this is if the floor's a long way away. Your blocks are a lovely assist here. Now, if you feel comfortable, hands on the floor or blocks, you can stay there. You could also, if you don't have blocks, put your forearms onto your front knee. Now, target here is into the front of the left thigh. It's wonderful if you've been sitting a lot, driving. We'll be here for 3 minutes. I'll give you a few more moments to get settled. Remember to find just about 40-50% effort, not your fullest stretch, so that you can sustain it for the duration. First, you find the stillness within your body. And you come into your breath. Start to ease your weight very easily out. Let's take your time. Feel all the sensations you feel in your hips as you release. And anywhere else that they arise, and slide that right foot back. If you're used to moving quite quickly through your day, allow yourself to move almost in slow motion. Maybe give that right leg a stretch out. Before placing your right knee back onto the mat. Let's set out up on the second side. So we're going to take the left foot forwards. And again, you have those multiple heights available to you here. It could be that you want to keep your hands on the floor. You might have blocks or books and put your hands up on something. And if you want a little elevation but don't have your blocks, or you just like this variation, you can bring your forearms to your knee today. And again, a few moments to get settled. And we have our 3 minutes in this dragon variation. Find a moderate amount of sensation, not too much, not your fullest lunge. And find somewhere you can become still. Let yourself and follow the easy inhale, easy exhale. Begin to release from this. Just take your time. Move slowly. You might choose to stretch the left leg out for a moment behind you. And we'll come into a rebound pose from these two. So if you can move your blanket off the side, it might be more comfortable. And you're going to lie directly onto your front with your head resting on your hands. So fully flat if you can. Just for about a minute or so. Just to feel whatever you feel. Press your way up to your knees once again. Come to a seated position. We'll take deer pose. And I'd like to offer you some variations of deer pose today for you to explore what's needed in your body. So in any orientation to your mat, sit with your left shin across you and put your right foot out to your side. This is the basis of your deer pose. And then you have two options. You can target tightness in the left hip, this external rotation, by folding directly forwards over your left shin. And that could be the cheek brace on the hands. It's quite nice if you have blocks available is to put your forearms on blocks. If you know that you hold a lot of tightness in the low back, in the QL areas, quadriceps areas, you can walk your hands around to one side. So you can try walking all the way around to the left and then dropping down to the blocks or the floor with an extra reach through the right fingertips. And that will give you more extension through the right side body. So you can pick one of those two. I'll give you a few moments to explore both of them. Try each and see which one feels most in need of some attention. And then let's get into this first one. 3 minutes again, yogis. A height that's not too much. You don't want to be in your fullest stretch out. Allow the time to be the magic ingredient. Soften your face. Maybe even close your eyes. And begin to release from your expression of this pose. Slowly coming up upright, releasing your right leg. And we'll take this straight over to the other side. Your left foot comes out to the side of your body, down to the side of your bum. Right foot across the front of you. And then this time you'll mirror, you'll match what you did on that first side. So if you walked your hands all the way over to the right and lowered down to your blocks or your forearms, reach your left fingertips, you can do that again. Or if you folded straight forwards over the right shin, you can go into that pose once again. Just let yourself find that 50% effort. Not too much sensation, not too little. And commit once you are settled in the hips, commit to being still through the upper body, soften your face. Easy inhales, easy exhales. And you can scan and notice where you're holding that doesn't need to be held. The hands or the feet, or somewhere in your hips. And start to release your gaze. Start to come up carefully, take your time. If you were using blocks, you can move them off the side of your mat, out of your way. Undo the feet one at a time. And come into pause in between the poses. Lie on your back. And either stretch your legs out straight or come into constructive rest once again where we started. Just feel any echo of a pose that moves through your body. If your knees are bent, please straighten your legs out. You're always welcome to have your head back up on your blanket or a pillow. Walk your feet over, please, to the right. Both feet, one at a time. And when you start to feel like the left side of your bum really wants to lift up, that's usually far enough. And walk your shoulders to the right. You're making banana pose, targeting the left side of your body. You can keep your hands low by your sides. You could take them overhead and hold the opposite forearm or wrist. Make sure whatever you do is a comfortable spot for you to maintain. Not too much intensity. Then lightly stretch your neck, turn your head to the right. Close your eyes. And breathe into the left side of your body. Again, to bring yourself back out of this pose, and lifting your head to center, moving your shoulders towards center, and bring your feet towards center. Take a deep breath and release. And move to your second side, feet over to the left, one at a time until you start to feel it's far enough, like your bum wants to lift. Find a place you'll be able to relax, and then add, if you wish, shoulders. A reminder your hands can be by your sides, or they can be overhead holding the opposite hand, wrist, or forearm. It will be another 3 minutes, yogis. Gently turn your head to the left. Feel expansive through the right side of your body. And soften tension you feel yourself holding. toes, the glutes, and belly or shoulders, your hands, anywhere at all. Softly turn your head to the center. Bring your hands by your sides if they're overhead. Bring your shoulders back to the middle and walking your feet back to the middle. Take a moment to establish center. Walk your feet into a bend, or knees to a bend. Lengthen out your low back and pick the knees up towards you. Hold on to your knees or your thighs. Let's relax your low back, your shoulders and your face. Embracing this time you have between movements. You just reflect on the residue of a pose, and you don't have to move directly from one thing to the next. You give each action the time to be fully completed, physically and energetically. Place your feet onto the floor with your knees bent. And cross your right thigh up over your left, as if you're sat in a chair cross-legged. You might benefit from having a block or a bolster or a couple of blankets nearby on your left side. We're going to move the legs to rest over on that left side in an eagle twist or twisted roots. And so to stop it from being too intense, the blanket can help support you. Let your arms rest where they're comfortable. Relax the left outer hip and settle in. Not too much intensity. If having the legs crossed up like this just feels like it's way too intense, uncross your legs and have them stacked on top of one another instead. Or another variation that just feels good to you. On your next inhale, carefully unwind, center, uncross your right leg from the left, and realign your hips back to the middle if they're off to one side. You'll take your support onto the right side of you if you're using your block or a blanket or a bolster. And we'll cross the left leg over the top of the right and come into the twist with the knees to the right. Find your support. Settle just right. Make sure nothing feels bound up. Shoulders, hands, or feet. And you dissolve any tension that's still holding in your face, around your eyes and around your jaw. Lift the legs up towards the center and uncross. Move your hips back to the middle if they were off to one side. And just pause here once again, final time in constructive rest. Knees falling in together. Just this pose into Shavasana, please. So make yourself as comfortable as you can. That could be that you simply stretch your legs out. So you're lying fully flat, feet out towards the outer corners of your mat. Or you might put a blanket or bolster underneath your knees. You can support your head. You could tuck in and lots of blankets. And survey and scan the body for any final tensions that are present. Toes relaxed. Lower legs comfortable, relaxed. The thighs. And release holding from the glutes or any holding from the pelvis. Your breath can move easily with your belly. Your belly can move easily with your breath. Relax your shoulders all the way down your arms to your fingertips. And dissolve tension from your face. Allow yourself to just be. If you would like a little longer in Shavasana, you can press pause or just let this run through and continue to relax. If you're ready to continue with your evening, give your toes a stretch, a scrunch, and the same with your hands. You can bend at your knees, walk your feet closer in. And just move your head side to side. And if you want a bit of a stretch, you can stretch your arms overhead, any direction, and roll to your side. And come up, yogi. You're sitting. Take your time. Lift your hands up to a prayer position in front of you. And thank yourself for taking time to slow down. Let's take a breath in together and out together. Thank you for your practice, yogi. Namaste.